Good evening, Wild Rocket is here with you from Great Shelford in Cambridge with the next part of the Veganuary series. Today, vegan protein. Now, protein is important for your health. Whether you're a vegan, vegetarian or meat eater, we need protein because they are the building blocks of muscle, of bone, of muscle, of your entire body, and we do need protein because we don't manufacture our own, and therefore we must get it from other substances because our bodies cannot reproduce it themselves. So protein is important. It's a building block of strength, and we do need it in our diet. Now, that's not to say that protein is the most important nutrient that we need. One of the biggest myths is that, probably the biggest protein myth is that we need, that it's so central and essential to our health, which is just not true. I think actually an excess in protein can lead to diseases like all kinds of diseases related to inflammation. It can lead to a severely slowed down digestive system, depleted energy. There are some cases in which you do need a lot of protein. For example, if you're a bodybuilder and you're constantly pumping, you're constantly using a lot of energy and you need to rebuild and repair damaged muscle or damaged tissue, I think you do need protein in that sense. But I think nevertheless protein is highly overrated. We don't need it anywhere as much as we are told that we do. Nevertheless, it's important for life. It's important to have a source of protein in our day-to-day lives, whether or not we work out, whether or not we eat meat and dairy or not. So therefore, I want to talk a little bit about, briefly, some of my favorite vegan sources of protein. Probably my number one favorite is spirulina. That's the one which I've consumed the most. In my last video, I talked a bit about spirulina as a good supplement, but spirulina can also be used as a main ingredient in a meal. Spirulina is one of the highest plant-based sources of protein out there. It has more protein in it than the protein in spirulina is much more bioavailable than the protein in most cooked meats, because meat, even though it is high in protein, a lot of it is not bioavailable to the human body for two main reasons. A is that when meat is cooked, a lot of the proteins are damaged by the heat, therefore we do not absorb it. The second reason is that because our intestines are so long, and meat when it's ingested is already beginning the rotting process, by the time it goes through the body, it starts to leave a lot of metabolic waste behind, and therefore the conditions for extracting the protein are not optimal. With things like spirulina, it's bioavailable to the human health because you're taking it in its raw form, you're easily extracting the nutrients, you're easily extracting the life force, and you're deriving the energy from it. So spirulina is probably my favorite. Other notable mentions would be almonds. Almonds are extremely high in protein and high in minerals as well, as being a very versatile ingredient to smoothies, to nut milks, to desserts and to salads. Almonds are great. Almonds are phenomenal. Avocados too are a very potent source of protein and similarly versatile. Chia seeds are another personal favourite of mine. I have chia seeds pretty much almost every day. Chia seeds are phenomenal, are great for building muscle, for repairing tissue and for giving you a lot of strength. So chia seeds are brilliant. Hemp seeds are another good one. Hemp seeds are not very easy to get a hold of because of the association of hemp with marijuana, whereas because of that association, a lot of retailers don't stock it. But nevertheless, hemp seeds do not contain the active component of cannabis because it's in its kind of more basic state. So hemp seeds are not against the law in the UK at least, and certainly not in the US as far as I'm concerned. but it's not easily available. I have had it a few times, but I don't believe I think I've only once gone through a bag of hemp protein powder, and I remember really enjoying the energy that I was on. But hemp protein is great. Hemp seeds are a brilliant source of protein. I highly recommend those. So those would be my list: spirulina, almonds, chia seeds, avocados, hemp seeds. Honorable mention for broccoli. I don't eat broccoli so much myself, not because I don't love it. I do really like broccoli, but it's quite difficult to chew without cooking it, and because I primarily eat raw foods, I don't eat so much cooked foods, so by extension I don't eat so much broccoli. But broccoli is good too. If you're, a good cooked source of protein would be chickpeas, such as you can find in the Middle Eastern dip, hummus, or olives as well are a pretty good source. There are so many things you can do with vegan sources of protein. Also look into, as well as chickpeas, pulses in general, so lentils, mung beans, alfalfa sprouts. Alfalfa sprouts are particularly nice if you can find them for a really powerful source of protein. The pulses and the beans can be very helpful too if consumed properly and not cooked to death. So those are my vegan sources of protein. This has been Wild Rocket with you from Great Shelford. It's a really wonderful evening here. I've had a good meal. I've done a fair amount today. I got up a bit late. It's a bit of a slower start because I'm still in the stages of moving through some life challenges, but it's been a good day. I have good energy, I've got good clarity, and it's been a good day on the whole. So until next time, this has been Wild Rocket with you from Great Shelford. Peace be with you all. Ah.